Awareness, super important. Not just for your personal development, but to help the world. And it might seem like a really big claim, but I'm going to break it down for you in very simple terms. So why awareness is so important is because we've all built up these barriers to the love and empowerment that exists within us, within our own lives, as they stand right here and right now. We've built up these barriers through stories and lies and things that we tell ourselves. We built up these barriers through the way in which we assign meaning to what happens around us. What happens around us happens because of us. It means something because of us. That's your inner child speaking. Those are your deep wounds. Because she said this in this way about me, it means she doesn't like me. And if she doesn't like me, that means I'm not likable. And if I'm not likable, then I'm not lovable. I'm not worthy. We're great storytellers. We fill in the gaps and make things mean something. It's powerful. And the only way to wake up from that is to become aware. These thought patterns are practiced, and therefore they become habits. And this is what in mindfulness teaching they call habit energy. Don't get stuck in the habit energy. The only way to break free from that is awareness. Our consciousness as a society has habit energy as well. Has stories and lies and barriers to the empowerment that exist within our own communities. I'm a POC person. I'm a person of color. I'm a healer, I'm queer, and I'm transgender. These are all labels. And I know in a spiritual sense, things shouldn't have labels. But labels can be a powerful tool and a powerful weapon. They're used as both. They can be used as both. They're a powerful tool because they allow me to identify with other people who are being oppressed. I am oppressed because I am POC. I'm oppressed because I'm queer. I'm oppressed because I'm trans. I'm oppressed because of all those things. And there's a part of me in the back of my brain that says, stop, don't talk about this. Because the funny thing happens in spiritual communities. When you start talking about things like racism and sexism and homophobia and xenophobia, all the love and joy that you might have had in that spiritual community kind of shuts down and shrinks because shame starts to peer its head up. People think once you start talking about the privileges they may or not have because of the identities that they have, then that means that it's their fault. And then they feel shame and guilt. Shame isolates. It has you shrink down and become small. We have to be able to talk about these things. Not because they're your fault that you're privileged. Just like it's not my fault that I'm oppressed. And I'm also privileged. And that's why I'm making this video too. While I am queer and a person of color and trans, I am also light-skinned. I have light-skin privilege. I'm also able-bodied. I have the privileges associated with that. I have an intersecting experience of all these identities. And I bring all this up because the awareness that it takes for me to shift my internal thinking about the stories that I'm telling myself around me not being worthy or it meaning this when this is done, that awareness is the same awareness that is necessary to break free from systematic racism and systematic sexism and systematic oppression. Because these bullshit stories, things that we've been told, ideas that we've been fed by society come from this consciousness that we've built as a society, come from these socially constructed things. We have to become aware of why do I have that racist thought? Where did it come from and who does it benefit? And first you have to become aware of what is a racist thought. Because there are a lot of them. And most of them aren't looked at as racist. because they're subtle, because they're normalized. You can't fix a problem without talking about it. We have to become aware of what we're fed. From a personal standpoint, from my personal story, and from a societal standpoint, from the social consciousness. When we look at things like safety, and we look at things like the American dream, and we look at things like we have to become critical. Who is the American dream for? What does the word safety mean, and for who? Because right now, Black people are being killed constantly. And people might go, oh, why is this happening all of a sudden? It's been happening. It's been happening for a real long time. It's not new. Systemic racism is not new. Anti-Blackness is not new. White supremacy is not new. Patriarchy is not new. We are noticing these things now more than ever because people are starting to wake up. And because we now have the ability to see these things as they are happening. We didn't before. And I tried to make this video short, but it's just an important thing to talk about. Start questioning. Start questioning why is society structured the way it is. The same way that you question the thoughts you feed yourself about your personal story. Use that same tool to start questioning. Why do I have that thought about that person? Because of the color of their skin? Because of the way they're dressed? Because of the way they act? Where did I get those ideas from? Who do those ideas benefit? I got them from school. I got them from TV. I got them from books. I got them from... Who do those ideas benefit? Question. Always continue to question. Ask questions. You're powerful. We can make systemic change. It's possible. We have to continue to question. Have a beautiful day.